Okay, so the final part of this very long exercise is for us to work with our subscriptions table. We want our CRM to know which companies are currently subscribed to our product at what level, and whether they are still active or not, so that we can actually use that data and create audience segmentation. So we already have one example here, and all we need to do is somehow pipe this data over to HubSpot. What we're going to do is we're going to select a company level property, and we're going to sync that data to the company level. Okay, I've taken the liberty to create a couple of properties. However, what we want to do is basically recreate the subscription properties that we saw up there in Airtable. So first and foremost, yep, got a subscription type. We don't want to show it in the properties, and it's going to be radius select button. Okay, what do we have? So in our subscription types, we have the options for free, startup, growth, and enterprise. Great. Free. And the important thing here is that the values you write in are exactly the same. Otherwise, you will have issues with syncing the data over. So just good to double check and make sure they're exactly the same. Okay, subscription type created. We need another one. We'll call it subscription status. Great. We're gonna as well select the radius select as it is in HubSpot. And what our options, let's just double check our options. Active, suspended, churned. Great. Okay, great. Now that we have these properties, we can go ahead and create another sync in HighTouch. So let's again retrace our steps. What we need to do is create a new model. We'll select the base, this one, our subscriptions table, the basic view, do a preview on the data. Okay, there's a couple of ones that looks a bit funny. In fact, this is not great. We actually do not want empty records to be shown. So let's create a new filtered view that we can use, and just a view where we can be sure that the data we're trying to sync is correct. So a simple one, we're going to say domain is not empty. That's going to assure us that whatever we're trying to send over makes sense. So let's restart this process. Head over here, click, click, click. We're going to select our subscriptions table and yep, our filtered view. Now, as you can see, no funny records without a domain name. Call this CRM company subscriptions. Again, primary key is go with the record ID. Don't need to worry about that too much. And now we want to configure a sync. Select HubSpot, same story, we want to upsert. This time we want to update the company's object. And to identify which company relates to which, which domain relates to which company, we're going to go and use this domain field, which is very nifty because in our subscriptions tables, we've already decided that this property, this domain field is the one we're going to use. Okay, so what we then need to do is select the the fields that we just created. So see, we have status here. Subscription status, and we have type. Great. We'll do nothing, and that should be it. Let's sync this again at an interval and hope for the best. Let's see. In theory, this company should now have some form of product values. Subscription. And here we go. We've successfully managed to sync over the subscription status and the type of subscription over to HubSpot. Now, to conclude this and make it actually useful, let's create a list. And so sort of like showcase what this looks like end to end. Let's call this churned clients. So all the people that unfortunately no longer buy from us. And because we are working with the company level, we can actually use these associated object information properties, which is quite handy. You do not need to sort of worry about where on the contact this data lives. It's all stored in the associated company. Let's select our subscription status, and we want it to be, let's say we want it to be churned, but then at the same time we want, let's say this is our churned enterprise clients, whatever. We have a subscription type is any of enterprise. Great. Save the list. Now, there's not going to be anything here because we don't have a single subscription that is churned or even enterprise. So let's see what happens if we add paddle.com here, which already exists as a company. We have set the churn status, and this used to be an enterprise company. Rerun this sync. Something happened, paddle.com, great. And if we now look at our churned clients list, and lo and behold, now we can see that we have in our churned clients in the enterprise section, we have 2 people that are associated to the company that was churned. And that is that. Okay, that more or less concludes what we're trying to achieve today. So let's just double check. Managed to set up a airtable instance, designed a couple of tables, set up a one-way data extraction piece, set up our reverse ETL, understood the company creation part a little bit more, and actually managed to create some subscription data over to HubSpot and create a segmented list that you can now use to, I don't know, send emails, do some marketing. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this rather long series. I'll be trying to put this into words and text so it's easier to sort of try out. And please let me know if you have questions, something needs clarifying. Always happy to elaborate. Thank you.